couple months later, uh, after the destruction of the King Carlo, Kursner took the reins. However, due to the long years and decades of constant battle, travel, and war, Kursner had passed away. As Kursner was an Atlantean and established the new planet Atlantis, where Utopia used to be the new capital of the universe for his new empire. The leader of the natural clan, Pupununu, became the new emperor. And it was at this time that after the fall of the King Carlo, Bashan would take what's rightfully theirs. Bashan went back to his home planet, got the bodies of his fallen family members and others and placed them there. He got all the men that were exiled and decided now was the time for the golden age of the Telecon, an age in which the Telecon would be second or third or fourth to no one. The Telecon would finally rule the universe as they see fit. But Sean did not want the title of King, Emperor, Dictator, Chancellor. He would just be known as Bashan by his name, and that was it. Grace Samuel would be his personal advisor in this new war that was about to begin to attack the newly established Atlantean Empire. At the same time, Bahara and his daughter Tabitha and Academia resided back in the dimensions. And they had a secret lecture from the Madonians that was pivotal, and that could work to bring back one person from the dead. A person from the dead, right? And they had playing these in the center tassel, whatever. So Siegfried was brought back to life. And when Siegfried brought back to life and saw and was reported to him all that had transpired, he laughed and saying that King Carlo ruled by fear by the end. Ruling by fear and not by loyalty is not enough to rule the universe. Seeing the new state of the universe between the Telecon and now the new Atlanteans, Curzon decided that the dimensions must be neutral in these conflicts. And thus, when the dimensions is, he could dictate the future of the dimensions for comfort of his own home. So the third party arose. The era of the three kingdoms had begun in the universe. During this fighting, Bashan was fighting a two-front war between the newly formed Siegfried forces and the Atlanteans, who now had two enemies to deal with, as they encouraged the Clifton of Stone Dimensions to deal with Siegfried those. Bashan was alerted by his Telecon officers that Siegfried was dead, but arisen from the dead by some strange Madonian elixir. Bashan wondered, this elixir would bring him back. Certainly, it could bring back his father Bor, his sister Sanada, and Herod Long from the dead, and thus all of the Telecon would be fully united, he thought, and his grandfather Bor. So, his grandfather Bor Senior. Anyway, so as the war began to progress, the Atlanteans, the Clifton, and the Telecon, and Bashan himself, made it to the Sentinel Castle, where the Crucifixion was. The castle was being set on fire by the Cliftons, as they wanted to destroy all the enemies at once. As the Telecon distracted the Atlanteans and the Siegfried's forces, Bashan himself went to look for the elixir to bring back his family, to bring about his golden age. As he walked around this big, massive castle, he fought back against the enemies of Academia, who killed Bahara, and he killed him, and Tabitha was defeated but not slain, and Siegfried was fighting Clifton and managed to kill Clifton in a surprise and twist of fate, and Clifton's troops were on the verge of retreating, and Bashan got the elixirs and began to escape from the castle. Siegfried, losing his men, saying he wanted those elixirs back to bring them back, and all his men to start over. Bashan knew that Siegfried was a threat, so he used one of his courage swords and threw it like a boomerang, and slayed off the head of Siegfried's engine, killed him instantly, got back his sword up in the air, and ran. before the Dark Castle could collapse. With that, Siegfried and the people of the mentioned army was destroyed. Iftin killed, and his forces forced to retreat. The Telecons won. Soon after returning back to playing with Telecon, Bashan resurrected Borsinga, bore his father Ansenor and Herod-in-law, shocked and stunned to be back in the world of the living. The crew rose and followed the leadership of Bashan, who at this time, now was the time to invade Atlantis. And they began their invasion of the island world from multiple fronts, from multiple piers, and they circled around the castle. At this time, the troops were greatly depleted since the fall of the Clifton and his forces. Clifton's main forces had abandoned the dimensions to come to Planet Atlantis to defend Pupu Nunu, but it was too late. Sean, Boa, and Sonara had arrived, and they fought Pupu Nunu and slayed him. The Atlantean Empire lasted 3 years before it fell. A new golden age of the Batalacon had begun. Bashan had won. And now these brown-skinned Batalacon heroes now hold the universe in their hands as they toast the victory and they celebrate it was to be a glorious new era.